In recent articles, I have discussed a few shocking topics that bent our perception of our reality in a way that only a starseed would understand. Instead of trying to awaken other people, we have been reminded to continue to do the inner work of clearing out blockages via the emotional body, to connect to our higher selves, to trust and love ourselves, and to disconnect from matrix programming that is keeping us stuck. This may seem like service to self versus service to others, but this is simply not true, as we can help others more now by helping ourselves first. I'd like to review some of the recent revelations I have come to that may also shed some light on what may be holding us back from the exit, although everything is mostly under a divine timetable that has to be followed. NPCs, soulless people, or not real artificially intelligent hybrid souls. It has been said that only approximately 1 out of 5 people on Earth are real, souled beings, and of the souled starseeds, approximately half of them are not awakened. I have talked about these backdrop people, or NPCs, non-player characters, as some call them, because it has become openly obvious to me in my reality, the people who are running the Matrix programs. I mean in my face. No doubt in my mind that not all people are real is obvious. Then I began to read other people's studies, saw it in movies, and downloaded information on this topic from my higher self that confirmed my observations of something being off with most people on the planet. I did find good evidence on my original theory, that there truly are 4 in 5 humans that are simply born soulless, or not real. I found an article that calls them artificial biological humans, and says that their purpose is to keep the starseed souls trapped within the lower dimensions. These not real humans are a matrix program, have biology, and can reproduce. Their artificial biology is animated by an artificially intelligent soul, a copied version of a source soul spark, that receives its program signals from the moon. They are not a fractal of the Prime Creator. This matches my original innate theory that the Matrix was running many of these NPC people through artificial intelligence, but the article further explains that if the souls that are artificial, cloned, which creates an artificially intelligent hybrid, an artificially intelligent soul with a biological human body. Not all NPCs are artificially intelligent cloned souls. An organic soul may be projecting a version of them in our hologram, and another organic soul may be experiencing a different version of us in theirs, especially if our resonant frequencies are worlds apart. This way we do not have to experience their death and vice versa. Some souls have walked out because they either couldn't handle it here or they completed what they came to do, and an artificially intelligent soul can then occupy the body. Some NPCs are clones, and some are the backdrop people that Dolores Cannon talks about. They are just a part of the Matrix backdrop and aren't real until you begin to focus your energy upon them. Because the NPCs outnumber real humans and run on a lower frequency, it keeps all humans stuck in the 3D Matrix frequency. In 3D frequency, our 12-stranded DNA is suppressed. In 5D frequency, our full DNA strands sing and the organic template for consciousness and physical manifestation can be achieved. Raising your vibration versus oscillation frequency. Another discovery I've had is that we should not be raising our vibration, but instead raising our frequency or oscillation. The not real people, or NPCs, are trying to influence the co-creators, starseeds, into perpetuating the high vibration, low harmonic frequency matrix trap. You can read more about this in my article, even though it's just a theory based on research I came across. Technology tied to 5G, metallic nanites, and chemtrails are a part of raising the collective vibration, which does the opposite of what we want, keeping us tuned into the lower dimensional reality. Yes, everything is backwards and upside down. Where your attention goes, energy flows. A big conclusion I have had is what you focus on, you create and feed with your thoughts. Thoughts create reality. I don't even focus on the dark forces anymore that are puppeteering the NPCs to hold this matrix together, nor do I talk much about the dark alliance of Draconians, Reptilians, Greys, Orions, Syrians, and Anunnaki, etc. That kind of material is great to know as you are waking up, but focusing on it perpetuates it more into your reality. This certainly gave us the opportunity to study it close up, and now we know what we don't want in our reality. We have the power and creational ability to think this shift in frequency into manifestation. The big reveal is that if the few incarnated starseeds that are awakened focused on increasing their consciousness, light, and oscillation, broke free of the mind control, and collectively agreed on a new 5D Earth reality, the group of real starseed volunteers would be instantly freed from the control matrix. Of course, this is what we have all been trying to achieve, however, we may have been unable to see the deceptions afoot in keeping us from realizing what we really want and how to make it happen. Many things are happening behind the scenes which are helping to break the mind control and low-density frequencies of a high vibration. Let's check out a few of them next. We have help. For one, our higher selves are connecting with us because we have been able to break free of some of the programming. Through using the emotional body, we have cleared energy blocks and have made the intention to have a stronger spiritual connection to our higher selves and our source, God. This connection anchors in true source code harmonics to the matrix, which overrides the dissonant frequencies riding across the airwaves, coming from the moon, and being sent through the 5G. We are also receiving special pulses of source code from our sun and the central sun that activates dormant strands of DNA, which has given us some of our abilities such as clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience, etc., that allow us to see and notice our oppressors. Because of our innate ability of being compassionate and empathetic, we have opened the heart chakra and activated the high heart chakra, which is in alignment with the third eye. Our spidey senses have helped us navigate through our life, even though we may not have always trusted them to make the right decisions. There are thousands and thousands of cosmic family watching. Many are in chips, and others simply are in their energetic forms. Some of them help by sending harmonic frequencies of love to us, and by downloading messages with information that helps us to remember the plan. Others step down the central sun energies and codices so that we can receive them at a pace that we can handle. The veil is thinning. The truth is coming out and the deceptions are being uncovered. Extraterrestrial and extra-dimensional contact has been occurring for many years, and as the frequency of Earth raises, the 5D boundaries are more permeable. Another thing that has been happening as starseeds awaken is that they are learning about the Dark ET factions and how they puppet us from the fourth-dimensional realms. The truth about what has happened to humanity can no longer be hidden, and we are beginning to remember more about the truth every day. This is shaking the NPCs to the core and disrupting the programming that is broadcast throughout the collective. They are glitching out all over the place. They have forgotten how to drive and how to do the basic simple tasks such as taking a drive-through food order, or making correct change. The cavalry is arriving en masse. A recent revelation involves a massed number of walkout souls and an incoming fourth wave of volunteers, which may replace some of the starseeds that could not awaken. Higher consciousness is also being projected into some of the NPC bodies or artificially intelligent souls, and will overwrite their programming. What a glorious day it will be when we start to see people waking up and real souls all around us. Many of the awakened starseeds have also reconnected with their fifth-dimensional consciousness, and have brought in a part of that consciousness into their body as a soul braid. This bridges the gap to allow more information from even higher realms like 12th dimensional consciousness. We are the ones we are waiting for. Starseeds, our souls are naturally 5D and beyond. What is within us is naturally of a 5D frequency, not a 3D dissonant, inharmonious frequency. All we have to do is to continue doing the inner work and to not get distracted with all of the planted disinformation out there. I gave a good example in my important semantics article of following my own inner guidance to eat denser foods to lower my vibration, which increased my frequency or oscillation and helped me to balance my harmonics. It made me more comfortable in my own skin, and allowed me to ground into my body better. Of course, I am not recommending you eat like this. I am just saying to do what feels right in every moment until we finally break free into the higher dimensions. It was a starting point to understand the misunderstanding of frequency and balance. Remember, we had to come into 3D to help shift many realities in the universe out of lower density, or darkness. It had to happen here. We had to become fully embodied here, and had to be a human, in order to shift the frequency oscillation and harmonics into the next octave. We have used the emotional body to feel through and transmute disharmonic energies. Up until now, we've been encouraged to stay here in this frequency, fully embodied, while we helped as many real people as possible hear the call. We've had to slowly resonate our physical harmonics oscillation faster, but keep from spontaneously combusting through balance. We've slowly been activating our DNA by singing the strands awake in harmony like plucking harp strings. The battle has been to keep the starseeds, the soul beings trapped in the lower vibration density so they could feed off our energy, but we knew that there would be a time that we would do the emotional clearing work, make ourselves immune to the mind control programming, and emit a new frequency for all to take in through osmosis. We also knew that one day we would exit this density for good, and that we would have help. We may have forgotten that time had to play out until the exit door was going to open, and that the small print said that we would have to play the timeline out before we shift out, but that time is very, very near, and we can feel the anticipation of this moment. Much of what is really happening behind the scenes is never discussed. Why would we want to give the controllers our every move? I wouldn't even be sharing this information if it wasn't close, and I'm only giving the kindergarten version anyway. What the shift will look like will be a great surprise, except for those that already remember or have been there. How long it will take is up to us, and how far we quantum jump is also individual. Don't hold yourself back based on your loved ones, your animals, or your friends that don't seem to get it, as you don't know what another's path is. It's time to focus the attention on the exit or shift in order to create it. They will all be there eventually, outside of time, as no real soul will be left behind. When the door appears, walk through it and don't look back. It is the best thing you can do for everyone you love, you have to trust that. The event will be initiated by the first wave of starseeds that pull all organic timelines together as one, which will pull your organic souled loved ones to a higher frequency by the universal law of resonance. Starseeds can now begin to prepare for the first wave of ascending souls. Whereas many of us have been needed to be very grounded and holding energy, some of us are being guided to begin to untether from the old reality that is being projected in the disharmonic frequency. Do this in your mind and in your intentions while you continue to walk in both worlds as a responsible human citizen. Be diplomatic and tight-lipped with others if you have to, as most people are still going to think you are crazy. Most people are the artificial ones, for now. Even the NPCs are running campaigns that only sound like they are awakening, repeating information back to us and mimicking us. But they are not truly questioning their reality, it is all just been break room jargon they picked up in the collective. As a matter of fact, the things they are repeating are proof that they are not real souled thinkers, as they never talk about these topics I have mentioned in this article. They cannot come up with any logical conclusions themselves and still get uncomfortable, or sleepy, when having dialogue about new topics. I've found it best to only speak about these things when I am asked, which is a good test of a souled being. But keep in mind this too will change and will be the proof we are looking for that we have shifted into a higher frequency as a group. We trained for this. Remember. Do not fall into confusion about what is happening around you. Do not fret over who is real and who isn't. Unfortunately, it is a lonely path you are walking as the starseeds are spread out all over the world for a reason. Find another real person to talk to for support, or talk to your higher self, and remember that you are never alone. Every day that we are still here, look for the reinforcement walk-ins arriving in people around you. Listen for the clues and cues through the NPCs. It's actually begun to get really interesting and fun. It may soon seem like more and more people are awakening or becoming real, as we play out through the walk-in scenario. We are shifting the reality even though it may not yet look like it on the fake news. You have to be willing to let go of what you think it would look like. You will know when you have exited or shifted frequencies, as everything will be different. It's a whole new operating reality, not based on binary code. Yes, it is here in this same space, and some have visited that Earth, but most of you are like me, you're still here in 3D and 4D as you should be, until we've helped as many real souls as we can get ready for the shift. If at this time you are still experiencing the dark phantom matrix, try something different. Eat something dense and grounded. Potatoes and carrots are nice because they are grown in the ground, but hamburgers are awesome too. Try some meat and connect with Mother Earth. Ask for help from your higher self and source. Trust yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself, and have faith that all is going according to plan from a higher perspective. Change your thoughts and stop the monkey mind. Be careful not to pass the mind virus of negative thoughts and emotional daggers to anyone. All of those blocking programs are all in the mind and are not your original creational thoughts. They are not real, they are being formed by the Barg Collective. Change your mind and your routine and change your frequency and oscillation. Be willing to let go of old tools or beliefs that you thought were helping you, when in fact they might have been keeping you trapped. We do have help. Our higher selves that projected our spark of consciousness in here in the first place, as well as help from all over the galaxy, the universe, and other universes. But we are doing the work, mostly being here and walking through our life, being who we really are, and seeing through the veil of illusion. When we do things we love and when we practice the basic spiritual principles, our souls sing our unique song. What we do here will affect the universe and the omniverse. Don't give up now, we truly are just about to see some drastic changes in our reality. I've seen some positive recent confirmations towards the end result, which is freedom from the mind-controlled frequency prison and expansion to go anywhere you wish when we have completed the mission. Reinforcements continue to arrive to relieve the boots on the ground. Get ready to start your engines. It's all just a shift in frequency oscillation away,